Yo, yo. So, never in my life I have expected something like this to happen. I mean, everybody for 2 weeks now, everybody has been giving theories and thoughts about what the Gear 4 was, but none of us seem to have noticed the obvious because now reading this it was very obvious. None of us seem to have noticed what Gear 4 was, but let me start from there. I'm Mr. Assassin and I'm going to review today One Piece chapter 784. This is one of my few reviews that I will do about One Piece, but god damn it, this chapter deserves a review. Like, this chapter is fantastic. Fantastic. So, I'll get straight to the point, straight to what everybody wanted to know. And from what I can gather from this chapter that I just finished reading on the last page right here, from what I can gather, this Gear 4 is somehow an air compression method, or I shouldn't say air compression, but if I go a few pages back, like let's say page 16, I think, we can clearly see Luffy. As I said, taking in air and then biting on his hand and somehow compressing the air inside, or at least that's what it seems. Then he breathes the excess out, and apparently he has this shape right on the next page, like a hulked up Luffy. And this is, I should say, amazing. It didn't seem amazing at first when I first saw it. It didn't seem like much, but the thing he can do with this and with armament haki is that he combines armament haki in such a way that it becomes elastic. And what I want to say, what I mean is that armament haki is armored haki. It's like an armor. It's hard on your body. When you punch armament haki on a usual user, let's say a usual user, you punch something hard. But when Don Flamingo kicks Luffy, the armament haki takes the elasticity of his body. So the armament haki gives him the durability while it is elastic and it cannot be broken. You remember when Garp, the grandfather of Luffy, fought Don Chinjao. Garp punched with a armored haki punch, and he punched Chinjao's head, which was also armored haki, and because both of them were very hard, Garp changed the shape of the skull of Don Chinjao. But with Luffy is different. Armament haki is no longer armor. It is no longer hard. It has elastic properties now, and it cannot be deformed or broken. That means that basically Luffy, who could already push off attacks like cannonballs, like bullets, with his own body, now he's going to be able to tank even more. So it is fantastic, and it is simple, very simple. And of course we can see right here that Luffy doesn't have a full body armament haki, but he has his arms, his legs, and his neck area. His eyes seem to be whatever. But that's not the only thing that he has. With this thing, with the compressed hot air inside, because I think that this Gear 4 is actually a combination between Gear 2nd and some muscle manipulation, because it seems to me like he has hot vapor all around him, which makes the rubber become even more elastic, and that makes his body able to ricochet even more. The elasticity of his body being more, he can ricochet even more, and that's how he uses his punch. If you look below, you can see that he retracts his arm in and uses it as a cannon. Let me show you the other picture. Here it is. So he punches Don Flamingo, and right here he punches. Don Flamingo blocks his attack, and then because of the force that Don Flamingo blocked the attack with, his punch retreats inside of his own arm because he is very elastic. But then it snaps back, and when it snaps back, it sends Don Flamingo flying all the way. So he uses the force of the enemy alongside with his own force to increase his strength. And as you can see, the outcome is brutal. So he sends Don Flamingo flying away, and it seems like he even cracked his jaw right here. That being said, his last attack, the Python cannon or whatever it's named, the Buso Shoku, I think, he doesn't only manipulate the muscles inside his arm, but I think he also manipulates bone, because if you see the shape of this arm, the bones have to be manipulated as well, so he can redirect that punch. So right now with rubber, because he has hot air in him, like a hot air balloon, and the rubber is even more elastic than before, he can manipulate muscles and bone to guide his punches wherever he wants. And not only that, but his punches stretch out even more because he is even more stretchy than before. So right now he seems like he has Don Flamingo defeated, but of course it's Don Flamingo and we don't know what to expect from him. But this is simple and it's great. It's fucking great. I was racking my brains for 2 weeks to realize what he can do with his body, and I didn't realize this. And people are saying that it's going to be a combination of haki and the other gears, but I don't believe anyone thought of this kind of manipulation, because this is great. So a fucking amazing chapter of One Piece. Rate, comment, subscribe, and tell me if you think Don Flamingo is defeated. I don't think he is yet. And alright, I have one more thing to say. Luffy says here, for 2 years I fought wild beasts as big as monsters to pound them into submission. This size and this elasticity were necessary. So the time skip was 2 years, if I remember correctly. Rayleigh only trained him for half of that time, and it seems that he somehow learned this after Rayleigh was gone, because I think Rayleigh only taught him the basis of haki. But people were speculating that he might have a gear 5th, and it makes sense because a gear 5th would make a complete character. I mean, if Oda decided to name them gears, and the car has 5 gears, so in order for Luffy to be complete, he will have to have 5 gears and maybe a reverse. So yeah, that kind of leaves us hanging if he has a gear 5th or not. I guess we'll have to see, but until then, rate, comment, subscribe, and as I said, tell me if you think Don Flamingo is defeated. I don't think so. Have a good day.
Any rational society would either kill me or put me to some use.